Good morning. I thought I'd share this. I don't know if these are going to be in focus. Oh, yeah. I was looking for some flashing lights and signal crossings for grade crossing. And there's very little choice out there. There are some very expensive ones. My usual Azatrax supplier didn't have any. So I was looking around. I found this little Chinese jobby here. Comes with a circuit board and no crossing arm, just the lights and the flashing lights. No sound either. That's okay. I don't need the sound. I got enough sounds going on. But so I was trying to make this work, and there's no documentation. You don't get any documentation with it. You know, like the red wire is this, and the black wire is this, and 12 volts or 9 volts, 6 volts, 3 volts, whatever is preferred. Got nothing. So I wrote to the guy through eBay and asked him what the best voltage was. What's the recommended voltage for these things? So he tells me nine volts. Well, 9 volts is a little awkward for me because everything on the layout is either 12 volts or DCC. I went out and bought a 9 volt power supply for him. Okay. Tried it out. Nothing. Wouldn't light. So I got to thinking about it, and I looked at the resistor. You can't see it, but I looked it up. It's almost 1K ohms. That's kind of a lot, you know. Generally speaking, things are, I think this is slowly, my camera is going, ooh, sort of falling backwards. 1,000 ohms is kind of a lot, you know. Usually LEDs with 12 volts, you know, they frequently use 1,000 ohms or maybe 5,000 occasionally, depending on the LED. And I got to wondering, well, why won't this light? So I tried it directly to the power supply at 9. It didn't light. And I wondered about that big resistor on there. Great big one, you know, 1/4 watt monster on there. And wondered about it. I thought, well, what if he's wrong? What if they're wrong? What if these are actually 12 volts? They look more like they might be 12 volts to me for some reason. So I tried it on my bench supply, which is 12.2 volts. Worked. It worked, but it didn't work at first. The first thing I had to do is discover that the color codes on this are wrong. You know, black is normally negative and red is normally positive. Nope, not so. It's opposite. This is the positive wire with the resistor on it, and these red ones are the negative wires. I mean, in what world is red negative? Well, certainly not in the US, and not in my experience. I got it to work finally on 12 volts. I got it to flash using 12 volts to the little circuit board that comes with it. So if you're looking for these for your layout, you have an N-scale layout, and you see this, and you wonder if that would work for you. It will, perhaps, although I must say these are a bit clunky. They're overscale in some ways and underscale in others. So, well, they're overscale in all ways, and way overscale in some other ways. They will work for you, but it's not 9 volts, it's 12, and the color coding's backwards. So I'm going to go ahead and get this hooked up, and then we'll take a look at it. Bye for now. I changed the siding here. It curved away, and consequently the cars were not really close enough to the loading doors. So I straightened it out, and this one is good now. And the other one is marginal. I have power now. I've run power to the apartment buildings. I think I also glued them down. Well, not real well, but. So I have 2 transformers on that pole, and one of them feeds the apartment buildings. And they each have a meter. I don't know if you can see the meters or not. Probably not. And then I ran a line on a single pole back over to the motel. Apparently there was some sort of negotiation required between the city of Longmont Power and Light and the motel, which is outside the city limits. And really the city wanted the motel, and the motel definitely wanted to be there, but there was some issue with running power that far that caused a bit of a problem for a while. But they worked out their differences. The motel now can open on schedule. I think that's the owner's car right there. And it has power. So it also has a little power meter there. I'm sure the city council will want to get the tax base from the motel. Having a motel, of course, that brings up something else. I need a diner. I need some place for all these hungry tourists and truck drivers and construction workers that are going to stay in my motel. I need some place for them to eat. So I have ordered a cafe, a highway cafe. And I don't know exactly where I'm going to put it. It depends on how big it is, and I'm not sure how big it is yet. This is a spot that it could go if it's not too big, or it could go here. But that sign would hide it. I don't know if I want that. I think if it'll fit, I mean, it would be nice to go there. I think this is the logical spot, though. I've started adding some industrial lighting to the cement plant. We have some work lights down inside the loading area and some floodlights up here on the silos. I think I'm going to put another work light here on one of these, and definitely a couple in here in this complex, and probably one over there where they're dumping coal. Although that's not really a 24-hour operation. But you never know. Lighting is good. So I'm on that today. Plus I need some way to switch these off and on. Can't have those going all the time. So I'll bring you back when I get a little further along.